Hey everybody, this is Vibe Coding with Chatgpt 5. So Chatgpt 5 was released, I think, yesterday. And so what I'm trying to do is I've got this project idea and I want to see how quickly I can just start working on it. So what I need is a HTML file, a CSS file, a JavaScript file. It's an extremely simple project. I do not want to use, React or Next.js because like the scope of the project is very slow. I just want to get started working on it. I just need a very small API. We won't be doing the API in this, but what we'll do is to try and get the UI up and running. It's a single page application, right? That's all I need. And what I'll do is just create the files I need. I'm going to say touch index.js and I'll say style.css and index.js. Cool. These are the files I need. So we'll just move to ChatGPT and try and prompt and see how fast we can just get things up and running. So let's start with the description of the project. So what I need is basically I scroll a lot on Instagram, on LinkedIn, and on a lot of other social platforms. I thought, how can I kind of instead of just fighting, fighting with myself and stopping scrolling, how can I just slightly tweak and how can I make it useful? So I'm learning a language, second language, for fun. So why not just try and learn, the language's vocabulary? So the language I'm learning is Arabic. So let's say you're learning French, and I think so. This is something I googled. So if you know 5,000 words in a language, you are pretty much fluent in that language, right? If you know 5,000 words as your vocabulary count. So what I'm going to try and do is create an application where I can scroll and a new word in English shows up and its corresponding, second language vocabulary or word shows up. So this is what we're going to try to do. So we'll just prompt. I'm going to say, hey, I'm building a project. Let's say a web app that displays an English word and an Arabic word below it. Below it. Okay. The application uses the whole viewport, takes the entire page, viewport of the screen. Let's say that the top center displays the domain name, the English and Arabic word is displayed on the center of the page. In the bottom part displays the current scroll count by total number of words in the database, right? Database, let's say database. So for example, 14 by 5,000 and the give the background a clean and pleasant color. Color maybe light pink, something like that. Okay, let's start from here, right? Let's see what we get and kind of prompt and make that better. Okay, so it's like giving us a single page. We'll just start with, okay, cool. So if you want to, okay, I can run the show skills. Okay, go ahead and write me JavaScript. Divide or separate the HTML. This is a JS, the individual files, index.html, style.css, index.js. Okay, let's see what we get here. I think this is new, thinking for additional time and okay, sweet. Here's a minimal swipe, scroll to change. Okay, got it. So we've got some style and CSS. And let's see if a JavaScript shows up. Okay, so there's some words, like random dummy words in there. And okay, it's running a lot of code. Let's see if it just quickly scanned. Okay, that's the English and Arabic word. Got it. ID. Okay, that makes sense. Navigation controls. Okay, that's a lot of code. Okay, so how about we try this and see what's wrong, right? Index.html. Just paste that. You have the meta viewport. Okay, that's fine. I'll just copy the styles and I will have the JS also. Copy that. Okay, so that's a prettier installation. Messing that up, that's fine. And let's just open that and see. Okay, so it kind of works, right? So let's just see. What I need is I need to kind of decrease the spacing here, and what I need is I need the CSS scroll snap kind of, so that it kind of looks better. Okay, so we'll just prompt that. Okay, so the initial. Let's just say, can you decrease the space between the English and the Arabic word? Okay, what else? Make the domain and the, you know, give the domain a better font and make the question count font a bit bigger. Okay, that's one part. Add the CSS scroll snap styles so that it looks like, tick tock scroll. Let's okay. Let me see if I can bring a tab. So tick. I'm gonna say CSS scroll snap. Okay. Okay, that's not loading. Okay, it's loading. We'll see what we have here. Okay, now set item and starts this will reduce space between. Upgrade the domain font. Use CSS. Okay. Okay, that's not loading. That's fine. We will work with what we have. Okay. Because inner HTML, that's a little bit, what I know is that using inner HTML is kind of dangerous, but we'll see. We'll just work with what we have. Okay, slide in HTML, add the stack. Okay. Okay. Okay, let's just see what we have. Okay, style. We will take our styles and we will add our JavaScript. Okay, cool. How about we just test that out? Okay, that looks better. Yeah, okay. I think this is like much better than we had. Now I kind of want to remove the scroll bar there, so I'm gonna say write me CSS to remove scroll bar for all operating for all browsers. say Chrome, Firefox, Safari. I think that kind of covers most of them. Okay, so I just need to add these. Just go at the top section and do that. And let's just come back and load that. Okay, so that's good, right? So basically, we have our application built. Like, if this is what I had to build, now something I have to note down is I kind of have to, walk through the code, look into my. I have to take a look at the code. You can kind of tweak the parts, or maybe ask GPT to kind of tweak it to my like what's my requirement. But I think like it has done a lot of work, right? I could have built this maybe in like maybe an hour writing CSS and just raw JavaScript. But like I think this is a very good starting point with I need, right? This is all basically I need, right? I need to scroll, I just need a new word appearing. Obviously I need to connect it to a REST API, but this is a really good starting point. Thank you so much for watching.